Hey going everybody, welcome back to NZ Marko Kustoms. So in this video, which I'm just about finished doing the part for the video, we're basically doing all the body filler work, blocking everything out, whatever, getting it, everything ready for, well, the doors and the repair panel parts that I've done so far, ready for a primer for the next step. Then obviously we'll carry on with some other stuff. So I'll carry on sanding here, get the last of this bit's knocked down, and I've got to go back over to the roof and do some finishing work on that. But hopefully we get everything, the doors and the parts on the roof where I've done the repairs, all ready for primer in this video. Anyway, we'll catch you shortly. Oh, also, can you please like, share and subscribe? Make a hell of a difference to just pushing the channel out there in the YouTube world. It doesn't cost you anything to like, doesn't cost you anything to subscribe, doesn't cost you anything to leave a comment, ask a question, whatever. Be greatly appreciated. Just helps push things along. You know, there's more car show videos coming up shortly. Got plenty of content coming on this. We've got some other things to do as well, coming up shortly as well. I hope to drag that 37 Nash in here at some point shortly as well. So yeah, plenty of good content coming up. So yeah, if you can, please like, share and subscribe, and if you really want to and support the channel in other ways, there's like the super chat function. You can leave a donation basically through YouTube, or you can jump over to Teespring and buy a t-shirt or whatever, hat, cap, whatever. There's all those sorts of things there. So anyway, we'll get to the video, and thanks for watching, much appreciated. Morning, welcome back. So I think the plan is for today, I was going to back the car out, slide and clean underneath the hood and whatever, but it's pretty frickin' windy. I'm a bit worried about the wind catching the hood, bonnet, whatever you want to call it, while it's out there. So I think what we'll do is I'll crank up the DA, just give these doors another quick stuff over, just make sure there's no shit and anything on them from, you know, welding and spraying stuff on and whatever. Just give them a good general clean up, give them a wipe down, give them a quick wipe with some wax and grease, and then let them dry for a bit, and then we'll put a screech of filler on, just make sure there's no obviously no grease and whatever on there. We put some filler on, and yeah. But anyway, we'll clean these up and we'll get some mud on. Right, So we got a scoocher filler on everywhere. I'm bound to going to have to reapply somewhere. We just got a decent initial on there. Hopefully I don't have to do it too many times, but just mainly where it was wavy and whatever. And we've got a pretty decent, we've got a couple of, we'll rip this down and then we'll apply a little bit more. And then as long as it looks decent, half decent, we'll smash a few coats of high build on and we'll block it out and we'll chase it from there if we have to. Now, if it doesn't look terribly good or something like that from there on, if it needs a little bit more just to try and make it a bit flatter and a bit straighter, a couple of guide coats and whatever and block it out. And if it looks like it needs something somewhere, or if there's some funny marks or something like that, well, we can apply a little bit more glazing putty or something like that and then bang another couple of coats over it, and it'll be better than it was. And no holes in the doors. So that's cool. So we got them all just where I could feel where it was dents and ripples from, where I've hammered out and whatever, and some of the ones that were there. I've probably missed something, but with a few coats of high build and another wee scrape at some point, once we've blocked this off, we'll give it another wee scrape. We'll better see. I might even actually, once I've knocked it down a little bit, I might even miss the whole door with just a wee bit of etch. Just flick it over so when I'm sanding down, it'll tell me if there's any other funny lows or anything like that. The highs will pick up, but you'll see the lows too. But you know what I mean, like if there's a little bit of etch on there, just to give it a bit of colour against this, that'll tell me whether it's, if there's any other little funny low spots that when we go to put another little bit of primer filler on, we can give it another we can put a wee scooch in there, and then 3-4 coats of high build. We mightn't have to go that far. We might even have to do like a good heavy 2 with that 1 point, with that 2.5. It's huge, huge tip compared with the 1.8 that I was using. It'll pour it on, and we might only have to do 2 because it's going on so thick. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. Like, I still don't know. I haven't sprayed anything through that big a tip before, so I'm not quite sure what the outcome's going to be. But it might be the difference between putting 2 coats on it and 4 coats to get the same amount of build, if you know what I mean. It's kind of what I'm trying to get at. But anyway, we'll leave this for a few minutes. We'll let that go off. Actually, this is starting to go off. We can probably hammer on that. I'll put I'll grab my board file out and we'll put a fresh bit of that net on, that 80 grit or 60 grit net, whatever it is, and we'll rip into this and at least flatten that off. Righty, I thought I'd push the bloody go button before, but I hadn't. Anyway, so we'll get this door blocked out. I can see there's 1 or 2 places. I haven't got it down far enough yet. There's a couple of places I can feel that they haven't got enough filler in. There was a couple of obviously marks and bits. I think probably going to need something there. That's borderline. We'll block it back a bit further. We'll just see. The sear's got a high spot in it that I've actually knocked down a couple of times, so we might have to just put a wee bit more. Might have to hammer it down maybe a little bit more and then just put a little bit more stretch body for it. I haven't done a decent lockdown yet either. Just sort of knock the top off a little bit. So I'll keep going, and we'll get it down as far as we can. And then we'll mix up a little bit more where some of these spots are still showing. I'm not worried about too much. Some of this out here too much. It actually feels pretty good, and I think 90% of that will disappear with 2 or 3 coats of high build, and then probably another one over top once we've blocked it out. Because once you've blocked it out, you'll be coming back down to paint and body filler and whatever else. And then you'll do another coat or whatever over top and give it a light rub out and paint it. So, but yeah, we'll carry on.
Hey man, how the hell you doing? I've been
Alright, so we blocked that one out. We filled a couple of low spots. Just, yeah, there was a little bit here, a little bit there. We'll store a little bit through here. We were in the back of the handle. That needed a heat more in here. And it was just, you know, missed a few edges around there. This one here should be, it's plenty dry again. But we might as well knock that one back and see what that's like. And then we'll come back to that one and then that one, whatever. We'll just keep going round until we run out of holes to fill, I guess. And then basically they'll need a full scuff round, you know, get any like little bits and pieces off the inside, like the rubber bungs and whatever. Pop any of those out and give it a good scuff over. Make sure there's no shiny paint anywhere, and then they'll be ready for a coat of primer at some point in the next, I don't know, few days, I guess. You know, we might end up priming them separately to the rest of it. We'll just see. You know, we might prime a few pieces and then prime the shell and whatever. We'll just see how it pans out, obviously. Right, so paint turned up. Let's open that up. I want a screwdriver. Right, so here's the two colours. So it's not dry obviously, so but it looks like it's reasonable sort of match. You know, not that it's going to matter much. So yeah, I think mind you, the roof on this is pretty dirty. I think if you maybe cleaned up and gave it a polish, but yeah, right, this is probably a wee bit more creamy, but I think if you actually cleaned it, probably wouldn't be far off. But yeah, that's what it is. So anyway, that's the colours. Obviously it'll be basically the same as what it was. But yeah, so it's cool. And this is what I was actually asking for the other day, because I use it with my primer as well. I wanted another one of these, just to have an extra one here. Like I do have some in that other tin. I think I'd have to double check to see how much was in it. But I just thought, you know, I'd rather have a bit extra here than not enough, if you know what I mean. Just close it. Yeah, I'm just not sure what's left in that other one. But I'd rather have a bit extra than not enough. Where is that? Yeah, it's not I don't know, it might be a third in there maybe. So, yeah. It might be a third in there. I have to freaking sort that here. I'm getting a bit messy. I haven't freaking put anything away. But yeah. Yeah, instead of that's what I wanted, which is the same as what that is. So, yeah. Yeah, I just thought, you know, send me an extra one, you know. But yeah, the guy didn't quite grab the concept. No pun intended. But anyway, we'll carry on. Getting this stuff cleaned out, blocked out and whatever. And yeah, I'll have to get into these recorders. We'll get this stuff sorted out. Probably should pull that tape off there. Now, it glues itself to the fucking window. It's been there a few days now. Over the weekend and stuff. We'll get that off. In the meantime, and yeah, I'll have to get the missus down just give me a hand to get this glass out. I just so I don't end up dropping it or smashing it or something when I'm pushing it out. Shouldn't be too difficult to get out, hopefully. And put it back in. And yeah, and then I'll decide whether I'm going to do the same with the back one or not. It'll be easier to paint, but yeah, we'll see. I'll see how my biggest problem is the getting a little connection off the glass here. Sometimes these older ones, you know, you've only just got to wiggle the fucking thing and then you pull the little connector off, and you got one on both sides. So yeah, I don't know. I'll just see how free they are and whatever before I decide I'm going to pull it off. Because if it's not, they're not going to come off easy-ish. You know, if with just a gentle wiggle, yeah, I'll leave them alone. I'll just mask around it. Not that I want to, but yeah, I just got to be a bit more careful with that sort of stuff. Otherwise, if you rip it off, you're screwed. Anyway, we'll carry on. Righty, so I've got these all blocked out. Second time with just a scooch filler in where I thought it needed to be. Now I've again put a guide coat over, and just blocking them out one more time. I'm just using a bit of regular sandpaper at this point. I'll use that for really knocking stuff down because it doesn't fill up. Like the 3M 80 grit that I've got on there doesn't either, but, well, not really, if you know what I mean, but that other stuff's way more efficient. But just for a bit of a clean up, just to pick any other highs and lows that I've missed still. So we're going to need a little bit in here, a wee bit in here, touch. I'm contemplating, because I'm going to pull them all back to this point, and then I'm just contemplating whether I just mix up a little bit of body filler, or whether I see if I can get enough out of my glazing putty. It's actually something else I need to order some more of. So I really need a tin of that glass filler and another lot of glazing putty. Right, so I've just started this one. I'll just sort of show you where I'm at with these. So it just shows just the funny little low spots that are still left. You can even see it, like, you know, the few spots where it's a bit low on the panel too. Hopefully, by the time I put a couple of coats of high build on, I get better get most of it, but obviously we're not going to get some of the stuff that needs and then a bit more of a scrape through here and whatever. Same one here, you know, that's not going to get that. But again, it shows you just how uneven, but not obviously terrible, but how uneven the panel is, you know, and all the little marks and dents in it from blocking it back and blocking it out. Just how much, you know, you could probably sand this down to almost nothing, and it would take a lot of it out. But it just shows how high and low, little bits and pieces, and just light ripples, you know, and obviously all the other dents that we've, you know, tried to fill and take out of it, and obviously did a little bit of hammer and dialing on. But yeah, we just need to put a little bit extra in here. So I'll get this one sorted, and then we'll I'll probably end up just mixing a little bit of filler. I think would be easier. There's not enough glazing putty in that to do that. But like a few little holes and whatever, it'll be fine for until I get some more. But yeah, I think we'll mix up just a small batch of filler, and we'll just scrape it in here pretty light, just in these worst spots, and then just knock it back one more time, and then hopefully we're done. So yeah, we'll just finish blocking this back and see where we're at, and then yeah, we'll mix up a little bit of filler and get to it. But yeah, it just shows, you know, how much, you know. But you know, 2 or 3 coats of good heavy coats of high build, and a really good block out with some 240 and then some 400 or something like that, and this will be gone. You know, all these low spots will be gone, and they'll be just nice and flat by then. I'll probably I'll see whether I go to the acrylic block. I'll probably just end up just using this, because I do have this net in 240 and 400. We'll just see how that works out. I may just go over it once with acrylic block with some 400 on it, and then blow it on. We'll just see. I just want to see how that net performs, you know, with blocking it out with that, and not using paper. But we'll cross that bridge. Right, I'll carry on.
we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Yeah, we ran out of patience. Boil up with the cold hard hatred. I can feel the vibration. Feet in the streets, it's a new sensation. I wanna break faces on the pavement. I wanna make greatness look complacent. Adrenaline awakened, I can taste it. We can make an impact, grab and then take it. Like a disease, bring them to their knees. No pain for their disease. Just like a weed, spread into the streets. It's time to make them bleed. 'Cause we just want retribution. Let's go light up the darkness. Make true of an empty promise. Flip gods into weak and harmless. Take to the streets and turn them to a mosh pit. 'Cause we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution.
Right, so we've got our hopefully last scrape in on here, on these doors anyway. Just freaking get some of these little hide bits. Just make sure there's nothing. Wow. Yeah, hopefully we should be good now. Hoping. We should be through. It was just a matter of just looking at where, you know, where there was a bit of dark paint or, you know, low area around some of these other pieces and whatever. So we should be good. You know, once we get this blocked off, hopefully, you know, we'll be ready for a few coats of high build. And I mixed up a bit extra. You know, I sanded the DA'd the roof with the 80 and around here, and I just smeared it through here because it's got a slight ripple on it, obviously from a wee bit of heat. So we put a little bit on there the other day, and I knocked it back with that just to knock all the high shit off, and then now we've done a wee bit extra body filler. I just scraped a bit more through there, so at least we can blend that out now as well. So while that stuff's drying, we'll do a wee bit of prep work on these rear arches to do a bit of welding and whatever, and at least that'll give that a 20 minutes, half an hour to go off, and yeah, we can go back to sanding again. Righty, so didn't quite get every little mark. Just a couple of little blemishes in here, just still too low. And just a couple minor things in here. There's a couple of lines through here. Just the odd little, just like, because I missed it again with some guide coat. And yeah, it was just a few little spots, you know, just a lot of bare metal. I sanded it down as far as I sort of could. So we just put another wee scooch in and then we'll knock it back off after lunch and we'll be done. They're really close. There was a couple of little spots that I just wasn't happy with, and they were a wee bit low still. You could still feel it with your fingers, with your hand, basically. There's a lot of other little spots, like, you know, that sort of look like they might be a bit low, but I think they'll take up with a bit of high build. And again, we're not trying to make this thing dead perfect, but these spots are just, you're going to see them. They're going to stick out like a sore thumb if I don't fix it, if you know what I mean, at this point. And I'll just put a wee bit more body build filler in there, and did quite a reasonable patch on this roof. I actually did the same, this guide coated it, you can see where I did it, and I sanded it out. And there's obviously a few little dints and ripples in it, but there was a one out in here, and then where I put the filler in that was a bit low in places, you know, and obviously some other bits. So I just did a decent skim back through there, and we'll block that back out, and we'll get it down as hard as we can, and we'll go from there. But yeah, so we've got that piece ground out and whatever. So when we come back from lunch, we'll attack that, and I will probably actually knock this off first. We'll see, and then we'll attack that. You know, we'll see after lunch. Right, so I'm just blocking out this roof. I actually let the tyres down on this side. That wind's just blowing not quite the right way. Hopefully it's not too noisy. There's just a gentle breezing behind me. So from the doors, the breeze must be blowing from the sort of the northwest. It's just sort of just drifting in the door. So anyway, we'll keep blocking out here. I'm not sure how much more filler I'm going to have to put in this. It's not very thick at all, like you can see. The body colour underneath. So it's enough to fill these imperfections. I just hope I don't have to put too much in here to block it out. I actually really wish, I need to look at buying a power file like DA sander. I don't need to invest in one, just because this takes ages. I think if I had a power file one, you know, I could, or a board file, whatever you want to call it, like, definitely make things faster and all this sort of stuff. Some of these here I'm not gonna, I can see it's low and there's like a few little things, but I'm hoping that once I sort of get this right, a few coats of high build will, you know, and decent block out with the proper way to do it. Will definitely straighten out anything that's on the roof, I'm hoping. We'll just have to see what these center ribs are like and whatever. But I need to get this right so it doesn't look like shit. So yeah, I might just flick a little bit more guide coat on here. I'm using edge, but just because it's what I've got handy and it dries fast. We'll just flick a little bit more on here, so when I block down a little bit further, I can sort of see where to work just a little bit. Just do a few more passes across where it's, you know, you can see it in the moment, but you know, when you get down a little bit further, just so I can keep seeing where it's not hitting as I'm pulling it down, if you know what I mean. Right, so I just block these out, just a few bits and pieces that I re-scrape with a wee bit of body filler. I'm pretty happy with everything. Obviously we'll have to go back over and just give everything a light sand around underneath and all around the top of the door frame, and just double check everything, make sure it's all sanded and everything underneath, and we'll just give it another once over on the top. But I'm pretty happy now with everything. I don't think I've missed anything. You know, we can double check that, and we can do a little final touch up if we need to later before we prime anything. but I think we're good to go on the doors. I think we're done with them in the meantime. So we'll head back over to the roof and we'll deal with that, see if we can get that piece blocked out. Now we've got this piece to start sanding. I'd like to get that chrome trim off at some point shortly, but it's glued on, so yeah, I'm gonna have to try and cut it off or tape it up. I don't really like doing body work with chrome trim on. It's a pain in the ass that they've glued it, but it is what it is. And I need to get hold of the owner and just see what he wants to do with that other door. But in the meantime, we will block this roof back a bit more on this patch and see if we can get that under control, and then we'll look at obviously the rest of the roof and we'll get this patch welded in the back guard over the wheel arch, and then we can obviously weld that in and weld the other seam on the other side, and then we can do body filler and whatever else after that and get it ready for, get the back guards ready for we'll basically start getting the shell ready for primer.
I wanna taste the pain. I think I'm seeing all red. 2 bullets in the gun, 1 shot to the head. I need a blank space. 'Cause everything is a threat. But I never back down, man. I'd rather be dead. I'm making love to fate. She look better in bed. And I'ma rock this life till I take my last breath. I wanna make a change. I got 1 life left, so I'm gonna go down swinging. Don't you forget. Everything is so boring. Can't get up in the morning. I'm so sick of the mundane and routine. I'm gonna break without warning. I wanna taste the pain.
Right, now we've got that message of the road on the phone, so I can see what the hell I'm doing. Right, so we'll get a patch welded in here. Looks like I'm going to have to repair that other door, so we'll do that as well. So I'll get this tacked in, and then we'll weld it in. So I've got that primed on the back. Weld her up.
Something actually worth it. I wanna look in the mirror and like what I see. I'm sick of feeling so worthless. You wanna sink or swim? I'm gonna go down swinging. Look deep within. I get lost in the feeling. I just need a win. I'm going off. I know it's time to make a change, and I can take the pain. You wanna sink or swim? I'm gonna go down swinging. Look deep within. I get lost in the feeling. I just need a win. I'm gonna find my meaning. I can make a change. I wanna play the game. You wanna sink or swim? I'm gonna go down swinging. Look deep within. I get lost in the feeling. I just need a win. I'm going off. I know it's time to make a change, and I can take the pain. You wanna sink or swim? I'm gonna go down swinging. Look deep within. I get lost in the feeling. I just need a win. I'm gonna find my meaning. I can make a change. I wanna play the game, yeah.
Right, so I think what we'll do, we'll crank up the grinder. See, it's had, this looks like original steel just here. Out here it's had a patch. The patch built up in here, up under here. So, you build up all down here. So we'll trim, I don't know, we'll start trimming. Where are we going to start? I'll cut along here first anyway. We might have to put a little patch up into here. Cut along here and down here and around here, and we'll just pop this portion of it off however we look, and then we'll cut. Once we've done that, we'll cut the remainder away, and then we can assess what's, I know, we'll try and get it out in a couple of chunks so we can make it 2 or 3 pieces. Yeah, we might be able to make it in one piece when we put it all together, make 1 or 2 sections, like more in one bit, but chop it out in a couple of sections at least, when we can have a look, see what's going on in there, and hopefully the inner structure is not too bad. We'll see if we can get through out of here out anyway in one hit. Then we can assess and clean up and see where we're going. You can see how they repaired it. They didn't try to cut. Well, they just broke the rot away and then just welded it over top. They didn't try and cut it away, and butt it in. They should have. Probably didn't need to go right out here, but I probably did in the end too, though. But at least now we can get rid of some of this shit and we can rebuild that. And then fix the rot in here, that they never did. Right, we'll get this bit of shit off here, and then we'll clean this area up. See what we're going to do, and then we'll shift down into here. Since it's pretty scabby.
Yeah. Sometimes I get so mad, there's no controlling me. My thoughts get so bad, I'm like, might grab a bat, I don't know my rap, my blood boils over like, oh God, here goes. I lost all feeling from my head to my toes. You said some shit that I can't let go, so just stay tuned for the rest of the show. So have you ever felt betrayed? Switches how you see things.
Right. So up here is okay on mind. It's starting to get pitted in a bit here, but it's still sound enough. Up until about, you can see some holes through here. I don't think we'll go too much past here. It's pitted, but it's sound enough. But where these holes start here, I think what we'll do is we'll cut through here, up close to this clean steel, and then around here, and then we'll get a piece of, I think it'll be like 2 mil or something like that. We'll have a decent look at it, where it's not all rotted away. See if we can work out what was in there, even some 1.6 or something. And we'll make this piece up. We'll weld that piece back in, and then we'll use the other door and masking tape and whatever, and obviously use this as a guide. What I might do is shift that out of the road and we'll pull it up beside it, and we'll keep comparing notes and go backwards and forwards, and we'll rebuild the rest of this. I was hoping to try and not cut up into this piece, but when I ground it back a bit more, we found it had been patched up through here somewhere like that actually. So, but we can try and rebuild this. I'll just use a bit of tape, or some bits of tape, and we'll just mark around where it sits, and we'll just lay each piece sit it together on a piece of flat. We'll try and get as many pieces in together, and then we'll try and shape it up, and if we have to make it in like 2 or 3 sections or whatever to get the full shape, but at least we can maybe get this piece and part of that piece and bend it up and kink it round and whatever to get that tacked in place, and then we can build the next section in, if you know what I mean, where we've lost all this. It's similar sort of shape to what it is, but it's the piece up through here, so at least we can transfer it from that and get an idea of all the shapes together, and then we can bend it and shape it and whatever, just off reverse, and get it tacked in and whatever, if you know what I mean. So yeah, we'll start with this finished piece here. It's pretty ugly, but it's just pain in the ass. If I could have found another door and had to put a patch in a corner or something like that, it would have been better than trying to rebuild all this. But it is what it is. It's not that bad. It's an ugly little piece to try and rebuild. But anyway, by the time we're finished, nobody will. Anyway, so we'll come back to about here somewhere, and hopefully we can get a decent weld across there. We'll cut it up here just before this bend, and we'll come back down underneath here somewhere where it looks reasonably solid, above where I've cut somewhere. It's not too bad, a wee bit further down, so we'll lay that out on something, and we'll beat that shape in it, and we'll get it fitting in here, and then we'll tack it in place and go from there. And we'll just make sure this wee bit of inner structure in here is solid enough, and we'll get a lot of rust converter and shit and everything all in there, and we'll clean her up. That's what it should have been done last time. If they'd probably fixed it properly last time and got in there with a heap of rust converter, it probably wouldn't have blown out this bad, but you know what I mean. Anyway, we'll get into it.
You see things, realize something needs change. 'Cause I know you got me fucked up. Let me show you what's up. 'Cause enough is enough. I'll take a face full of pavement just to make a statement. I know there's no turning back. Oh God, adrenaline wasted. So mad I can taste it. I know.
Right, so we're getting there. We've got a little bit of shaping to do in this bugger all, but a little bit, and obviously a little bit of grinding just to get some edges back a little bit further. But we're getting close to sort of kind of being the right shape. So here's the piece I cut off. This is the piece I've been making. Now we've got the basic shape there. We've got a little bit of fine tuning, just a little bit of hammering around and whatever, just to try and get things into the right place. I can punch the hole through there, because that's where the other one of the holes were for body plug, for the what do you want to call it, for the door seal. Went through there, so yeah, we just got a little bit of trimming, just a little bit of final shaping, and then that'll be ready to for this piece weld back in there. So yeah, I'll do a little bit more hammering and dollying and just get it a bit more manipulated into place and just make sure it sits in there nice. And it does sit how this one sits. Yeah, we're close. We need a little bit of fine tuning yet, but we're close. And then we can just shave away the sort of the last of the extra that I've cut. You know, I've cut quite a bit of it away, but you know, we need a wee bit more shaping to get this things just to sit exactly how it's meant to be when it's sitting there. But we're getting there. We're getting close. Right, I just try to get in close because the sunlight's been a pain. Got a little bit of fine trimming to get that in there in the morning, but we're pretty good now. We're really close. It's probably just a bit high in some spots and whatever, and just a little bit of shaving. So that, yeah, it's probably just a wee bit thick through here yet, and a few other bits and pieces, if you know what I mean. But it's pretty damn close. Pretty damn close. Just a little bit of, a wee bit of fine trimming in the morning, and we should be able to weld that in there. And hopefully we don't have any issues. No, we'll better manipulate and twist and bend a little bit. You know, just get everything to line up in the morning. But yeah, we'll clean her up and a little fine trimming, blow some weld through in there, start stitching her on. We should be good. This is very nice. And then we'll start making other pieces. Also, if this is the end of the video, thanks for watching. Please like, share and subscribe again. Appreciate everyone who's watching. Yeah. What else can I say? So yeah, we haven't quite sanded this back or anything like that. We haven't quite got there yet. But yeah, it'll take maybe a day or so to get that door sorted out, and we'll just, in between doing things, we'll probably come back here and do a little bit more sanding and put a wee bit more body filler on, and see if we can get some of these other pieces sorted out, coming and going. But yeah, anyway, thanks for watching. Please like, share and subscribe again, and appreciate everyone who is watching, and we'll see you in the next video if this is the end of it. Cheers, thanks.